So everybody kept writing RIP on my last video, and I was wondering who died. It was Matthew Perry. He was a humanitarian who helped people, building rehab centers and creating health lines for drug addicts. But it's unfortunate that he himself had a drug addiction. In 1997, when he was making the show Friends, I guess he got into a jet ski accident and they gave him some painkillers and he got hooked on them. The autopsy toxicology report isn't public yet, but it's speculated that it had to do with drugs. And opiates and benzos are crazy. Nowadays, people are really anxious and you gotta pop a pill just to leave your house. And I'm not sure he died from a fentanyl overdose. When you're that rich, you could just get a doctor to prescribe you anything. Speaking of which, Kodiak Red hasn't been posting in the last month, and it's because he's checked into a rehab.
Hey guys, how you guys doing, man? My brother just had called me, so good news, good news. He is detoxing and he will be going to a rehab. He sounds great. He sounds so good. He's healing. He's doing better. Let's wish him the best. He doesn't have a phone and he will be back shortly. Let's wish him nothing but the best, and I'm gonna tag him right down there. Go follow him, show him some love.
The reason why he's doing this is because he had a 12-minute seizure, and it also probably has to do with his arrest. Sometimes you can avoid jail by pretending to be a drug addict and they'll just send you to rehab instead. Some people think rehab is worse than prison, but if you're a public figure, then you become a target. Look at Suede.
That's almost death. Who's got a 12-minute long seizure? You know what I'm saying? Like that's almost death. When I had my first and second seizure, I'm just laying in the bed and I'm shaking and I feel like I'm choking on my tongue because nobody's turning me on to the side and stuff like that. And then what's it called? And I felt like, oh, because they don't know how to deal with someone with a seizure and stuff like that. I'm the only one that knows, but I can't talk because you can't talk with it when you're having a seizure and stuff like that. And then what's it called? Like, as soon as my seizure stops, I see the ambulance and stuff like that. I was so confused the first time I had a seizure. I was always so, listen to that. But I was always so like such a healthy kid.
Now Red also got into a fight with Fly. These two jits have some serious issues.
No, I'm not okay. I got snitched on by my own brother, and he can't tell me, oh, you didn't get arrested. Yeah, no, duh, I didn't get arrested. I didn't do nothing wrong. You just called the cops on me because you got mad because you got in a physical altercation, and I choked your little bitch ass out. What are you so mad for? Oh yeah, I had no reason to be mad. You took me out of my element. I had no reason to be mad. You snitched on me 2 times. You're my own blood. Who the fuck does that? I would never snitch on you. I could have snitched on you last night when you sucker punched me.
Red probably does actually need rehab. This dude's out here having 12-minute seizures. Imagine if he was driving and having a seizure erupt. It could end badly, so hopefully he gets better. Speaking of which, this fool Jwavy has been having panic attacks and mental breakdowns. He's a racially challenged human. I can't tell if he's Lithuanian, Irish, or South African. Not that that matters actually. He's actually upset over a girl.
Bro, I got... like, my anxiety is bad, bro. I don't want to go out with none of you people. Don't add me to y'all live. I don't want to be on y'all live. Don't talk to me, bro. Don't talk to me if I crash out, bro, and start beating one of y'all niggas, bro. I don't want to add me to nobody's live. Don't do that. I'm not in the mood, bro. For what they laughing at me about, because I'm upset about me having an anxiety attack.
And not to bag on this dude, but he's really possessive with these females. Wavy will be with someone for a month and start crying over her, get all heartbroken. Dude is super emotional.
Bro, when I was there, let me tell y'all a story. When I was there and I was living in South Carolina and I wasn't who I was and I wasn't doing what I was doing, you know what her family was telling me? She's a Colombian family. I don't know if y'all know about Colombian parents or Hispanic parents. They're very, like, I don't know, traditional in a sense. And her family was like, what are you going to do with your life? You're not making no money. You're not supporting the kids. Like, even though I was doing what I can. I got an apartment for us. I barely could keep up the bills at the time. I was buying Little Caesars pizza for my daughter. Shit like that. Like, I was barely making it, and they was shitting on me for being a present father. I was getting shitted on for being a present father. Now that I'm not as present, my kids have nothing to do with whatever Kathy and Larissa got going on. Like, now that we talking about that, my kids ain't got shit to do with that. My kids got everything to do with Kathy and Wavy, Josiah. They ain't got shit to do with Kathy and Larissa's drama. Crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. Now, do I want to see them fight? No.
Kathy tried to fight me first. Bro, I'm literally Mexican. I sound like a fucking...
It's okay. It's okay.
It's my Spanish accent.
Baby, it's okay.
And as for anxiety and depression, sunlight has been proven to increase your mood. Most depressed people have vitamin D deficiency. Suicide rates are higher in cloudy places. Exercise increases your endorphins. That's the pleasure center in your brain. If someone's tan and in good shape, then they're probably not depressed, or at least not as depressed as goth kids. With anxiety, try not to touch yourself for a few days, and you'll feel more confident, a little more impulsive, and I'm being dead serious. Anxiety wasn't a big of an issue in the 50s because back then there wasn't access to corn. They honestly thought that pounding off would send them to hell. When it comes to alcohol and marijuana, you can use it responsibly. And I have to mention that you should only use marijuana if you have a license or if you live in one of these states. Anyway, weed and alcohol are temporary ways to deal with anxiety or depression. To actually beat it, you have to find real-life solutions. People don't want to believe you can overcome problems without drugs, but it's possible.
Showing himself. You sit up here like a T-page and use your boyfriend for motion because he's destroying himself.
Next, we have Vium apologizing for relapsing. This man is addicted to Flintstone vitamins.
Now apologize sincerely what you did.
Hey, I sincerely want to apologize to everybody that's been watching me, to all my fans, all my supporters, all the people that care about me and love me. I'm sorry for sitting there on live and nodding off. It's just I've been going through depression and, fighting charges and doing things like that. So, yes, I'm clean.
And Jesus Christ, this dude is such a mess. His 18-year-old girlfriend is telling him what to say like she's his mom. She likes being his mom. He's got the maturity of a toddler. And I guess some girls are into that. They like a guy who isn't put together so they can control him. It's like a project. If your girlfriend is paying for your legal fees, then it's harder for you to leave. He's dependent on her, and he's also dependent on opiates. Dude is always darted on TikTok. Now, Vium doesn't have that many options when it comes to women, considering he's unemployed, suffers from gynecomastia, vaginitis. I feel like that's why he wants to be a famous rapper. No one is ever gonna listen to his music, though.
I apologize to the worldwide fans.
Trying to get clean forever.
So I just want to say I'm sorry to the hundreds and thousands of people that see me in that stage, in that state of mind. I just want to say I'm sorry, and I'm working on myself.
And tell them that you're sorry for triggering other recovering addicts by nodding off.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for triggering people and making them want to. I accept your apology. We hope you get well. I just want to apologize for relapsing, Chad. That's basically it. I try very hard.
I want a public apology too.
I'm working on myself, baby. I'm sorry. You're there for me so much.
And I hate talking about this dude because he just said hundreds of thousands of people are paying attention to him. He's that delusional. This man only gets 100 Spotify plays per month. If it wasn't for the Island Boys and Famous Criminals, then nobody would know Vium. Vium doesn't even know who he is. He changes his appearance every few months. He doesn't really have a personality of his own, so he just emulates whatever's popular. He's a cookie cutter and he's a Chester. He knows that once the other prisoners see his charges, they're gonna bang on him. Speaking of which, I'm gonna try to upload on TikTok. I have 2 accounts, Famous Criminals 303 and Morecore Midwest. I used to upload Famous Criminals videos on TikTok, but half of them got deleted. I also noticed that Vium likes my videos. Maybe he was the one flagging them. And that's crazy because I've never promoted this or told anyone about it. But TikTok bans you after 6 violations, and I already have 5. That's why I like YouTube, because YouTube deletes you after 3 strikes, but each strike goes away after 90 days. That's a way better system than TikTok. Last story is Adam Johnson, who was a hockey player from Minnesota. He played in the NHL for I think 1 or 2 years, which is pretty impressive. Most people don't make it that far. You gotta be a super athlete. He ended up playing in a smaller league in England, and last night another player decked him in the neck with his skates, and Adam is no longer with us. The player who did this to him has a reputation for being rough, and I think he was trying to hurt him, but I don't think he was expecting him to pass away. And it's really sad because Adam was just chasing his dream, and at the end of the day, I guess he died doing what he loved. The man who hit him is named Matt Petgrave, and he says it was an accident, but he might get charged with manslaughter. I'm not going to troll Matt because I'm sure he feels guilty. His career is over and he has to live with this for the rest of his life. On second thought, I'm sure some weird Russian league will still take him after doing this. But what do you guys think his punishment should be? Rest in peace to Matthew Perry and Adam Johnson. I'm out.